Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Gotta love this 32-year-old dude. He was drunk. And very hungry. And this happened in Scotland. He tried to get served at a McDonald's drive-thru, but again, he was drunk. And, he wasn't driving, so that's a good thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I feel good about the guy that, okay, you're drunk, but you're not driving. But he did still go to a drive-thru. And what he did, because, I mean, they really want you to be in a car to be served at a drive-thru, is he started making vroom noises.
Oh.
Excuse me, mate, I'm going to have to ask you to get out of the drive-thru.
Can I get a Big Mac, please?
No, you need a car to come through the drive-thru, pal.
Well, I'm trying to drive through.
You need to be in a car to come through the drive-thru. That's not the point, no. It's a health and safety hazard. If you get run over, it's then on me.
I am a vehicle.
You're not a vehicle.
I'm a truck. Oops, in truck.
I'm a truck.
I'm a truck.
Vroom, vroom. I guess it's going to be identified as a truck at some point in the video as well. I mean, I got to imagine if you're a drive-thru person, you're just sick of that S because it probably happens all the time. Someone's like, come on, man.
I will say this. There has to be a solution because drunk people who are responsible want to have some tasty McDonald's. The trouble is that they're not open in the dining room, but they are open for the drive-through lane.
Well, you do what we did in Chicago.
Yes.
You get a taxi and you get a briefcase of White Castles,
and you piss off the taxi guy. Yeah, that guy hated us. And I'm like, well, we're paying you for both ways, and we're willing to buy you some fast food. And he's like, this is taking too much of my time. I'm like, we're paying for your time. Like, the longer we're in your car, the more... He did not like us.
No, we still got our burgers, though.
I do have two other ideas.
Ooh, what?
Oh, really?
One of them that I have tried, and that is while drunk, asking a car just to buy you some food if you give him money.
Good call.
That didn't go over very well.
Oh, okay. I was like, why?
Well, here's $5. Can you just buy me a Jumbo Jack?
So far, you've given us two ideas that have irritated the people that you've want to engage in your idea. We need something successful.
Okay, I don't know how much money I would make from this, but I feel like there could be a service for something like this where when it's around closing time or like nighttime where people are drunk trying to you just kind of stay there in your car and you're like the drive-through drunk car. I don't know. I got to come up with a better name. But, you basically let someone jump in the back of your car. Yeah. You order the food for them. They pay. They get the food, and you kick them out of your car.
Yeah. How about Drunky Eats?
Drunky Eats.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to offer up the solution that worked for my mom and my aunt. When the store actually closed, the drive-thru was the only thing open. They were hungry, and I was a baby, so they walked with the stroller.
That doesn't count.
And they're like... Well, they also had, they were just learning English at the time.
Oh.
And they were trying to play that off. They're like, you need a car. It's like, this is car. This is a car. And then they opened up the whole store for them so they could eat inside.
You have to get a baby carriage and then basically be like the Bowling for Soup No Hablo Inglés song. And therefore, we can get this done.
I volunteer as baby again.
What song is that?
I don't even know that song.
I've heard of Bowling for Soup, and I've never heard that.
It's a deep cut. It's a very deep cut. And it's not a very appropriate song anymore. I don't think it's very appropriate because basically they're just, I think, kind of making fun of, people that don't speak English.
Oh, somebody said I worked at a drive-thru. We had a guy come through with a shopping cart, and one time we had a guy come through on a scooter. That's what I mean. Like, these drive-thru employees are probably sick of everybody's attempt to try and get through the drive-thru without a car.
Especially during the pandemic, because there was a lot of, McDonald's specifically, like in West Seattle, that only had the drive-thru open. And
I think almost every McDonald's was like that, Danny. You're right.
They had huge signs up that were just like, do not walk up on feet.
What? On feet?
Don't walk up on feet. So I
walk up on your hands.
Yeah, you can crawl.
Handstand. Okay.
What if there's like a little thing like you hit like a little, like, I don't know, like a cardboard box that looks like a car? Would that work? Probably
I feel
not.
like you probably does Uber Eats and stuff like that work if it's only a drive-through? Like, will they still go and pick it up? Like, if you order?
Yeah, you can pick up through the
All right,
drive-through, so you can
you're-
still just Uber Eats it and
So
just
you're
be on the
drunk and
corner.
you hang in the parking lot and just tell the Uber Eats guy, I'm actually in the parking lot.
Where are you
Just-
located? Corner of
McDonald's.
Yeah.
I'm located at McDonald's. Well, I'm going to the McDonald's to get your food, but where are you? I'm outside the McDonald's. I just can't go through the drive-through. That actually would work.
Yeah.
There we go.
I have at times been late night, like on the way back from like a wrestling thing, I would go get some fast food and I'd pull up and there would be like just a group of guys waiting at the door. And I didn't realize, like, what the hell is going on? Like, I'm like, is there some kind of like crazy like uprising that's about to happen at the McDonald's? And then you realize, oh, it's all the Uber Eats, DoorDash guys. They get out of their car and they wait. And then I guess the McDonald's employees will open the door and hand them their bags.
Well, therefore, that's why I say if there's like that they set up a big queue area and they just do that. You just stand. Like there's a particular line that you can stand in, like those Uber guys, but it's not a safety hazard, so it's like protected by whatever, so you can't get hit by cars. They can make maybe money. I don't know how many drunk people actually would stand in that line, and there'd probably be massive fights and probably not even worth it.
Well, like a walk up, like they do at Dick's, where you just walk up to
That'd
the
be cool
window.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just if I'm waiting, if I'm waiting long line in a car, I would just get out of my car and walk up and go, yeah, I'm like 10 cars back. Can I just get my stuff now?
Do you ever do that when you see that the drive-through is super long and you're just like, you know what? I'm going inside. It's so much faster all the time.
Every time.
Oh, yeah.
Every time.
I know. I don't like to do the drive-through at all anymore because you're right, Danny. The inside's always quick.
Yeah.
Although I have realized there are times I'm so lazy that I'm like, I don't feel like getting out of my car. I'll just go drive to Burger King.
That's me right there. It's like, I'm not getting out of my car. I'll just go to a different place, even if it's another 5 miles down.
That's the rub right there.
Which time-wise is taking way longer, but I get to still keep my fat ass in my car.
Exactly.
My other favorite thing too is when you pull up to the drive-through and they're on top of their game and they're like holding the bag out for you when you pay on the first one. Like, here you go, fatty. Here's your food.
I'm just excited. I just try and drive and just swoop it and keep going.
Sir, stop. You need to pay still.
Drive-through. Thanks.
Oh, Texar's a good question. What about a Lime scooter? I mean, it's motorized.
Ooh, I feel like that's also the same kind of danger.
Yeah, if that works, then you could probably use one of those e-bikes as well.
True.
Yeah, I feel like the danger is that these are 2-ton vehicles that could hit your dumbass. And that's the problem. And especially if you're drunk on a Lime scooter, not too sure that's going to make it better.
True.
Oh, someone tried on their longboards, but they said nope. We have 4 wheels. They still said no.
Did they go vroom vroom? That's the difference.
Yeah, right.
Apparently, some drive-through rules through McDonald's. It's like they're unable to serve pedestrians, bicycle riders, non-roadworthy mobility scooters, horse riders, or any horse-drawn vehicles.
No horses,
Horse-drawn vehicles.
Damn, so I can't bring my old carriage in.
You mean so if I'm a cowboy, I can't get it done?
Nope. You know what that means? Somebody tried that.
Oh, yeah.
I believe it.
Totally.
And you know what they did? They walked up just like that and they said, I'm a cowboy, baby.
Oh, jeez.
And nothing. They got nothing.
Yeah.
Partner. Give me my Big Mac, partner.
Yeah. Didn't work.
No.
Oh, I have a horse gallop, but if you want to continue
No,
to do yours,
I like Steve's horse galloping. That's really good.
Very Monty Python-esque of you. Yeah. Oh, that's
Where did we get those
fantastic.
coconuts?
Hey, imagine this. Imagine being on a flight and a random couple gets up and gets married mid-flight.
Oh.
Yeah, this happened, and Steve will tell you all about it. He's got the Mix Report for you at 6:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
Well informed on the issues of the day? Not this guy. Live from the KISW News Center in downtown Seattle, this is the Migs Report.
Well, thanks, you guys. Thanks to Beacon Plumbing, Heating, Septic, and Mechanical for giving us the Migs Report. And today is a day for Danny. Something that he does every Friday.
Oh, really?
We Jump the World Day.
Jump
Yeah, he does do that every
I
day.
like that.
Yes. Also, today is National Zipper Day, so
Oh, I'll check.
XYZ, check them.
All right.
keep them zippers up. I don't have a zipper on my pants. I dropped the ball.
Are you buttoning? Are you a button guy?
No, it's just elastic waistband. I wear joggers.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That look like pants.
Can you not say drop the ball when talking about zippers?
Yeah. Fair. It's also poem in your pocket day, Rev.
Okay.
I got a poem in my pocket for you guys.
No, I want to see it.
Hickory dickory dock. Sorry.
Hey. He needed the money.
Only if you're over the age of 35, you probably got the Andrew Dice Clay joke there. All right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about something that happened on Southwest Airlines. There's a flight that was going to Vegas, and for some reason, this couple, they decided, let's get married on the plane. And that's exactly what they did. I don't know if you've seen some of these pictures, but the woman is in like a wedding gown and everything. They boarded the flight.
Wow.
The pilot noticed that the bride was wearing a wedding dress. And then all of a sudden, they were joking, saying, yeah, we were thinking about maybe getting married on the flight. And then they were like, you know what? Screw it. Let's do it. And they did it, BJ.
Oh, look at those
The flight crew sprung into action with toilet paper streamers, which is kind of odd.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow. They also gave them some mixed nuts.
Oh, that's nice.
All right.
They had a photographer pulled out a camera. What an odd thing. The pictures are pretty awesome, though, because you got a whole bunch of people just like surrounding them, like, what the hell's going on? I'm just trying to get to my destination, and this weird group of people are getting married, but that's exactly what happened.
Did they do it for the TikToks or something?
They must have done it for some kind of clout, I would imagine.
What I read was that they were originally going to go get married in Vegas.
Yes.
But then they had a layover in Dallas.
Yes.
And then it got canceled, the flight to Vegas, so they had to jump a flight to Southwest, and then the pilot was like, do it.
And then there was a passenger on the plane that's like, I'm an ordained minister, like the Rev.
Yeah.
Like,
wow.
I mean, it takes a village to get married.
Dang, this makes a lot more sense. So it feels like it was more impromptu.
Yeah. It was kind of sort of, impromptu. It's like, well, screw it. I might as well make this happen. And I just love that the flight attendant's like, this is better than just dealing with miserable people on a plane. Let's get them some nuts. Let's throw some.
That'd be great if that, like, instead of rice, as they're walking out, they just throw nuts at them.
Throw nuts, all the nuts. They even made a makeshift guest book for people to sign as well.
That's adorable. Wow.
So everybody in the cabin was able to wish them well. I'm sure some miserable person like you be just like, F off, you ruined my flight.
Yeah,
just trying to watch my show.
Not if I got free stuff, though. Like if they gave us all like a free cookie or something, to celebrate the wedding.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you should get that. It's like a wedding cake.
I just thought that there was a professional photographer on the flight. It's like, let me get my camera.
Yeah.
That is pretty wild that you had an ordained minister and a professional photographer. All they needed was a florist.
You're absolutely right. How funny would that have been? Or some poor lady like got some flowers wherever they were and had them on the plane. Everyone's looking at her like, yo, we saw that you put some flowers in the overhead compartment. I mean, that's right. You got to give them up.
And Granny, let's give up the garter. We need that too.
Whoa.
Okay.
Dude, I'm just saying. I mean, we want it to be a good wedding here. We need everything.
I feel like once a month we talk about squirrels. And so here's today's
I feel like
squirrel
that's our go-to story, isn't it?
Food and squirrels. That's what our show is known for.
Yeah.
And we were talking about whether or not they could be a good pet or not. And I learned over the text lines, a lot of people said that if the squirrel, if you raise it from when it's a little baby squirrel, then it's fine and it'll be very cool. Like basically, if when they first open up their eyes and they see you, they view you as like their mom
it's
or
like
dad.
An imprint. They imprint us as the daddy, the mama.
Yep.
All right,
so apparently, though, this squirrel was not that kind of squirrel because it attacked an old man in Louisiana.
That ain't good.
And, dude, the police officer that describes it, it's just going to make your jaw drop to hear like what this squirrel ended up doing to this old guy.
A 78-year-old elderly man who was just attacked unprovoked by a squirrel that came from like a roof soffit area of his house. And the caller said the squirrel was actively eating the man's hand. The elderly man was trying to choke the squirrel and get the squirrel off of him, but he couldn't.
What the hell? The squirrel was eating the man's hand.
What kind of crazy squirrel is this?
That's why you feed them peanuts so they don't eat your fingers.
What if you don't have peanuts? I was on a run yesterday and I saw a squirrel like jump up a tree that was like overhanging above me, and I was like,
flinch?
I was literally thinking like, what if this thing jumps on me and then all of a sudden I get attacked by a squirrel?
That'd be amazing.
No, that's why you carry peanuts with you when you go running.
Yep.
Duh.
Wow, you wonder what made the squirrel do that, man. That is some trippy business. You don't ever hear about squirrels attacking people much. What made the squirrel go after the dude?
That's a fair point. We have not gotten the squirrel side of the story.
That's true.
Like we are just siding with the old man. For all we know,
maybe he smells like peanut butter.
Maybe he was trying to choke the squirrel.
first.
And then the squirrel's like, if you're going to choke me, I'm going to eat your hand.
Yeah.
You know, I'm
seems
team
like a fair
squirrel.
deal.
Team squirrel.
I mean, really,
Team squirrel, buddy.
We do know old men like BJ who would probably fight with the squirrel before, like with his walking poles. So,
yeah,
you know what?
right.
I get you.
Oh, let me tell you, if he had walking poles like me, that squirrel would be dead.
Oh, jeez.
And BJ's known for choking the squirrel.
Yeah, he is.
I was waiting for that one.
Good reaction, Vicky.
Oh, gosh. I'm sorry, Vicky, if any type of activity involving me and any sort of intimate it makes you ill. But if that's the case, we'll make sure to bring it up every day at this time.
All right. Let's talk the NFL draft, guys. I don't know if you guys are paying attention. Is that your reaction to the NFL draft?
Yeah, that makes me sick.
I had a lot of fun watching the draft. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah. All right, what happened? What did the Seahawks do?
Well, first of all, the first few picks were just like all defense. Like everyone there. Trayvon Walker went first with the Jaguars, and then Aiden Hutchinson was number 2. Derek Stingley number 3. Number 4 was Sauce Gardner. Someone that a lot of people were hoping that would, but most people realized he was not going to be around at 9. He's a cornerback. I did love the Oregon guy. Kayvon Thibodeau got picked by the Giants. I don't know if you guys were watching the draft, but they had a kid up there, and close to a teen. He was a Make-A-Wish kid, and he had to have been a New York Giants fan because he was jacked, and it was awesome. So Goodell brings him out, and finally people could cheer for somebody other than, because no one wants to cheer for Roger Goodell. He tried bringing out Ice Cube and be like, screw Ice Cube's cool, but screw you, Roger Goodell. It was great. But this kid's just like, hey, the New York Football Giants pick Kayvon Thibodeau, but they show some Giants fans. They're freaking out. He comes out, and you can tell he's pretty pumped. He's the number 5 pick, but then he sees the enthusiasm of that kid, and it just was so infectious that even Thibodeau got more pumped. I was like, this kid needs to be hired by the team to just rally up the players before they go out of the tunnel.
That's the hype man you need.
It was cool, man. But the Seahawks, well, let's just go to the audio from the NFL Network. Here's who the Seattle Seahawks went with.
For the 9th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks select Charles Cross, tackle, Mississippi State.
They simply put, Greedy, he can run block, but he's built to pass block. They'll teach him how to get low and drive guys in the run game. But in a passing league, he is the best pass blocker in the draft.
And that was ESPN talking about it. He's well known for being a pass blocker, but he's a big dude, and they believe that that's a guy that could also help with the run game.
Yeah, I don't understand why he's a. They said he's a pass. So he blocks when they're passing. I get it.
Yes.
Now, when
the quarterback's trying to throw the ball, he's very good at stopping people so that the quarterback can throw the ball.
So I'm a little confused though. The guy that wrote the Kurt Cobain book, they drafted him.
Yes, Charles Cross.
Wow, I know he's good at writing books about rock, but I didn't know he was a football player.
Age is a little bit of a knock against him. He's not young like some of the other players out there, but he's well versed and he's easy to work with the media.
Oh, okay.
And he's going to handle the press releases for the team. Yes.
All right. Well, we'll have to have a conversation with him soon. I mean, we've had him on the show before. Had no idea he had football aspirations too.
I did like though. So that's like the analysis that the ESPN guys give. Like, okay, he's great with blocking people so that the quarterback can get the ball out, but they believe that also he'll be a great guy for the running game as well, which obviously is something that the Seahawks are going to be all about. But here's the NFL Network's coverage and Rich Eisen talking about it. And it's just funny hearing Rich. Like, he's just like, I don't know who the hell is going to be the quarterback for the Seahawks when he starts talking about Charles Cross.
The Seattle Seahawks select Charles Cross, tackle, Mississippi State.
Okay, so Charles Cross will go and protect Drew Lock or Geno Smith or whatever rookie they might draft in this draft.
I don't know who the hell they're going to get, but that's what's going on with the Seahawks.
Yeah, you called it, Steve. I thought they would go for defense, but I forget, too, that, sometimes depending upon where you are in the draft, you take the best person available and, why not take that guy?
And there was another offensive lineman that was picked ahead of him, but some people believe that Evan Neal, the Giants, went with him, and some people, though, believe that Charles Cross is a way better pick. And if those were the two that were in front of you, that's the guy you would go with.
Well, let's hope that's the case. Let's hope this is not another pick that we never hear from for some reason.
Could it be a pick kind of like a Russell Okung from many years ago before they even had a Russell Wilson?
Yeah.
It took a couple of seasons for him to kind of find his footing, but then he became a great offensive tackle for the team.
Yeah, well, the idea that, we definitely need blockers up there, that's for sure.
Yes.
So that's a fact that if you want to have a good running game and if you want to be able to, throw the ball with a little bit of time, you need to keep that quarterback off his butt.
It looks like the only quarterback that getting up, that's a lot of people trying to figure out, which quarterback's going to get picked? Maybe is there one that's going to be picked in the top 5? And no, that wasn't the case. It was Kenny Pickett got picked by the Pittsburgh Steelers, and apparently he's a Pittsburgh guy, and his big knock was tiny hands. So I think it's always funny. Whenever anyone talks about it, they're like, great quarterback, small hands, teeny tiny. So of course,
okay.
Well, I mean, that could be a difference maker if, you can't put your full hand on the ball. But it seems like he's figured it out with his little hands. He's done very well in college.
He was a first-round pick, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess the small hands aren't that horrible.
Teeny tiny.
Of course, on the other side of it, Russell's a shorter guy with big hands. So, I mean, all right. That's what they used to talk about Russell. His hands are a lot bigger than they should be for his height.
Well, maybe never mind. I was going to do a penis joke, but it's not.
Yeah, I figured you were going to go there.
I was just like, the last guy they had with Roethlisberger, maybe that was his big problem was that he couldn't keep things in his pants. So maybe they decided to go with a guy who can't even get it out of his pants.
Exactly.
I got to flesh it out. I haven't figured out the joke just yet.
I feel like you're close.
It out, huh?
Yeah, you're close. Yeah.
Wow. So what happens today? The Seahawks have 2 picks in the second round. Back-to-backers, too. So 40 and 41.
All right. What is that? So, that's early.
Yeah, very early. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 picks before them.
Yeah.
That's not bad. You don't have to sit around on the TV waiting forever. It'll probably be done in the first hour. And then you go back to your regularly scheduled programming.
Okay, then. Wow.
Hey, congratulations to the Florida Panthers. They got the NHL's President's Trophy, which means that they finished with the best record for the league, which I bring up because, your Seattle Kraken beat them twice, so that means the Seattle Kraken have the President's Trophy, right? Isn't that how it works out?
Yeah, totally, yeah.
So congratulations to the Seattle Kraken. They are this year's winner of the President's Trophy.
Woo! I choose to believe.
Kraken are on ice tonight. Final home game.
Yeah.
It's fan appreciation night, so go out there and show some love. I'd say, good luck. Actually, good luck getting tickets because, usually we would wait till the last minute to try and find some tickets at a cheaper price, but just based on what they're at right now, I don't think they're going to be below face value.
Wow, really?
Well, because, everyone wants to go, I don't blame people. It's a weekend game, and it's the final chance to see the Kraken at home.
You're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
And it's the second to last game. Mariners, they lost yesterday.
Oh, no, come on.
I'm glad they lost early in the day so I could just continue with the rust of my day.
That's 2 in a row, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, it is.
They're falling apart, BJ.
Yeah, it's over now.
It's time to just scrap everything. They lost 2-1 to Tampa, but they can turn it around today, BJ, at 3:40. They're taking on Miami.
So I think did they split that series with Tampa? I feel like they did.
No, they lost that series 2 games to 3.
It was. I thought they played a 4-game series.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
It could be on crack, but I'm pretty sure.
I can't remember it.
Yep. It's only 3 games. They lost 2
son of a B. And it was a close. To see these close games, man. The Tampa Bay is a good team, but still, that's respectable. I mean, they didn't score a lot of runs off us either, so I'm happy with this.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're happy.
Yeah, I really am, because Tampa always, they always put a really competitive team on the field.
I'm not happy. So. We're now out of first place.
Oh,
no.
I don't know what we're going to do.
Hopefully win some more games.
Make some trades.
Oh, really? Already?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nope, it's over. Got to do it all over again.
Hey, speaking of Miami, I don't know if you're paying attention to the NBA playoffs, but man, Jimmy Butler got in a little bit of trouble, and he wasn't even playing in the game. Not only did he get in trouble, but the team's Twitter account got in trouble as well.
Wait, what?
So he's out with a knee injury during their game against the Atlanta Hawks. This happened on Tuesday night, but I guess Max Struss, I think his name is, he sank a shot in the second quarter for the team, and Jimmy was pretty pumped, so he jumped up and he did kind of like the suck it gesture.
Oh, yeah, it's a classic.
I don't know, he was air humping, like some would say.
Yeah, there's a little thrusting right there.
Oh, so it's suck it and air humping.
Well, anyways, he got fined for that, for the obscene gesture, $15,000. And then they fined the Heat an additional $15,000 because, they tweeted a GIF of it.
Oh, okay.
Which they eventually deleted, so.
Oh, man, yeah. I wonder. That could almost be like half a year's salary for the person on the Twitter account.
For the tweeter.
I don't know if the actual employee gets to. Although, does he get a talking to?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If the team gets fined half your salary, I wonder if you still have your job.
Hey, someone texted and said, and then we're going to bring up how Steve pronounces squirrel. Am I pronouncing it wrong?
Yeah, you say squirrel.
It's like you add an extra syllable, though. Squirrel.
Squirrel?
He just goes, instead of squirrel, he says squaw.
Squirrel.
Just like instead of fur, he says fa for furry. I mean, it's just anything with an sound, you go for some reason.
I don't know, man. That's how my parents brought me up. What do you want? Talk to my mom and dad about it.
I am going to talk to both of them.
Talk to the
about
Brooklyn education system.
Well, there's no reason to talk to them because they talk just like you.
They would not take your phone calls. Squirrel.
Okay. Yeah, that was a little bit better.
Squirrel?
A little better.
Squirrel?
Squirrel.
Squirrel.
Squirrel? How do you say it?
Squirrel.
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 Now you're saying scroll.
Yeah, now you're getting into the
How do you say it, BJ?
How do I say it? I say, F you, Steve. Stop talking.
How do you say it, Vicky?
Squirrel.
Squirrel.
You're not even like you. Okay.
What?
Squirrel.
Yes, he's going squirrel.
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 Squirrel. There was a squirrel. And our life is like a box of chocolates.
Squirrel.
Squirrel.
Okay, but you know what? Tap out on this one, buddy.
I don't want to. I want to get this figured out. I don't want to bother.
This has been years of your life.
All right, well, today's 60 degrees. It's going to be sunny. Perfect day to go look at some squirrels.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks to the Law Tigers for giving us the MIGS report and squirrels. And that's what's up.
Squirrels.
Yesterday's Squirrel Boy here did get this one right.
In which decade was Jay Leno born? 30s. No.
40s.
No. Come on, Steve. You can do this.
50s.
Yes.
Nice work, Steve.
Nice impressions, BJ.
Yeah. Oh,
Squirrel.
thank you. You know, I credit the squirrel. Hey, you want a shot at beating Steve? You got it. 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Migs at 647 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. What's the difference between filing for bankruptcy and credit counseling?
Credit counseling is a useful process in some circumstances, but it does show up on your credit. In fact, from a credit scoring standpoint, credit counseling shows up just like a bankruptcy, so it's going to affect your credit as negatively as filing bankruptcy. In credit counseling, the idea is that a credit counselor works with your creditors on your behalf to try to lower interest rates or work out payment plans with your creditors to pay back your debt over time. In credit counseling, you almost always pay back 100% of the debt, sometimes at lower interest. And of course, some creditors will participate in that process and some won't. So you're usually left with kind of a mixed result with credit counseling and, of course, a high payment.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.